This might be the most obscure museum I've ever found.
I like it.
All right, we're headed to the tent for today's Casual 20 and 20, and if successful, it's gonna get a little weird. But before it gets weird, we need a little bit of coffee. I'm taking you to a favorite spot today. Partially because I want to introduce my buddy Tamer to some good coffee in Paris. I don't want to take the risk, and partially because I need to ask them some questions today. Questions related to the book. Forgive me if the 2020 turns into a bit of like me running errands having to do with publishing a book, but there's a lot of work to do behind the scenes, so we can do both. All right, hopefully not continuing the trend of failure, but I figured why not? It's a Casual 20 and 20. We're gonna make this harder on ourselves than we... I don't even know how to get into the museum that we're going to today. Behind us is Hôpital Saint-Louis. So this is actually a hospital. It takes a huge portion of land in the tent. And theoretically, there's a museum in here that doesn't post its opening hours. That's about medical castings.
No.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's about to get really freaking weird, assuming we're successful here. Okay, so... No, you have to have a key to get in this way, and no dogs allowed. That's why we didn't bring Cooper. Okay, that's fine. I was guessing, I think it's in this corner, so let's go around. We're just gonna walk around the entire hospital, and we're gonna figure this out. Big fan of the street art. Oh, this is fun. This is they've been this plate. No, he's not riding a bear. Is this really good? Dude, I love street art so much. This is so random. What the heck is going on? We gotta keep going. All right, there's a blood donation section here. So let's ask them, and maybe they'll be able to give us some direction. Yeah, don de sang. Oh, sonne. Yeah?
Yeah, after a while, you tattoos, they don't let you. That's right.
Okay, merci. Okay, she knew exactly what I was talking about. She said it's around the corner, and you go into the hospital.
That's cool.
We're gonna figure this out. I wanted to see if I could figure this out today. I hope you don't.
Oh my God.
Okay, Musée des Moulages. Yeah.
What does moulage mean?
They're the castings.
Casting.
I believe,
you
yeah.
Break your arm and break your leg.
Not exactly.
Or like you'd be perfect for this.
This might be the most obscure museum I've ever found.
I like it.
In Paris. It's over in the corner over here. Musée des Moulages.
So what kind of casting is it?
You're about to find out.
Okay.
Let's just say that one of the coolest museums I've ever been to was in Edinburgh, and it was the museum, like it was their collection of all diseases.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really adorable.
Whoa. Look at this. This is St. Louis himself. That is I've never seen him sitting before.
Like, he's really casual with this level of celebrity.
You want the Excedrin Extra Strength formula. You get quick relief, long-lasting relief, a tension reliever to relax you, an antidepressant to help restore your spirits.
Excited to see how you feel about this. Just take a hard right and check out this case.
This is like that medical website that makes everybody turn into like a germaphobe.
Yep.
Oh my.
So these are castings of dermatological diseases. This is not for everybody. I don't know. I'm not going to show very many close-ups of what we're seeing because it's definitely not for everybody. And they do request that we not take photos, videos of the subjects. And honestly, I think 90% of you would not want to see this, but as somebody who lived on a hospital ship for a long time, I found that the surgery museum in Edinburgh was one of the most fascinating, interesting things I ever saw. And when I found out this place existed, I was like, I have to go check this out, see it in person. If you're into medical stuff, you're gonna love this. Tamer's freaking out over here.
Real people's face.
Yes, these are real. So they took castings of them while they were sick so that you could study, like see for yourself what it looks like, and then you can properly identify what you're seeing. Yeah, it's crazy. This is the kind of stuff we don't see very often, if ever, right?
Really says something at a museum when we're the only ones here.
It was hard to find.
My uncle was a doctor, so when we were kids, my cousin would bring over medical books.
Oh, yeah?
And we'd all sit and stare at them. And, it was very similar to the experience I just had with you.
Yeah.
But we weren't 12. Choking on
You're
bubble.
like, what is this? So we did just get kicked out because they're having an event, and you can.
Oh, grok.
Well, actually, what we need is her email. If you want to go, oh, here we go. We totally missed this. So funny, we walked right past it. It is by reservation only. You do need to reserve in advance. It's €7 per person to go in and see it. The receptionist was very confused how we got in, and not happy that we just kind of skipped the queue because they have an event, so it's not available to us right now. So anyways, we had a nice little chat.
Your French is great.
Oh, thanks. So then, anyways, if you want to come check this out, you do need to reserve in advance. Send them an email or they will kick you out, turns out. But super cool. Definitely have never seen that. I didn't even know this existed in Paris.
Super cool. Still really visceral.
It's it's disturbing. Yeah.
It is disturbing.
But you know that they've done studies looking at that kind of stuff boosts your own immune system.
Yeah, I get that.
So now you're not going to get sick.
I love it.
You're so welcome. It's €7. Who needs it?
Yeah, there's like medical people all around here.
Oh, it's a hospital.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So, lunch.
Lunch. Yeah.
Isn't it? So this is one of my favorite little bookstores. It's a visual bookstore. So they have a lot of graphic design stuff. They've got random, funny, cool things, kids' books, cards. It's amazing. And, do you see it?
Space Invader.
Yeah, and it's a real one.
Wow, did you put it in the picture?
Yeah.
That's good.
One of the reasons that I was actually a little bit, so I shared that I was a little bit stressed out last week because the IRS decided to penalize me for something I didn't do. And I filed the paperwork to get that money back. And hopefully I will, but I'm treating it as money lost. I think part of the reason it really kicked me though, is because I do want to live. I've said very publicly, I'd like to live in this neighborhood or at least on this side of town. And it just put into like, I think with the uncertainty of everything and how the world is going, it kind of put that into relief. I was like, you know what? I need to like buckle down, make sure that everything's kind of better established, maybe not leave my neighborhood so quickly. Not that I was going to leave that quickly, but like, it feels a little bit like hope deferred, you know, like that idea of like, oh, I was really excited to like maybe move and be closer to my friends. And I was like, I still could do that, but that's probably not the wisest decision, you know? Yeah. And so it's a little bit like, so that really also took the energy out of me this week, but it is really nice to come in here and be like, okay, but you know what? Someday. Oh, this one's good. Click, clack. We've been here 25 years. I only have one important question to ask. In your mind, is this orange or is this red? I need to know. The question that I ultimately have, and what kind of helps throughout all of this, which I keep coming back to, but I didn't want to leave it on that kind of sad note of like feeling a little bit frustrated, is, and we've been talking about this a lot today, how do we carve out a little bit of space for ourselves? How do we try to live well and try to share that with other people around us? A little bit of hope, but also just, I don't know, a little bit of community. And a little bit of Korean food. Where I just devour this. Thanks as well to Brian, Glenn, Proulx, and all my patrons for making it possible to get out here and share some classics with you. Sam, oh, such tasty sandwiches. I think the other thing that really helps is to keep creating, to keep sharing. I find myself falling into some traps. Like I lost a lot of sleep the other night, having some moments being stressed for reasons. I'm also feeling a little bit discouraged, like I said, because I have hopes and dreams and things I want to do, and it feels like some of them are going to just be harder, if not impossible, in the future. I don't know. Nobody knows. We'll find out. But in those moments where I'm feeling powerless, when I'm feeling like I don't know how to get out of that hole, I always find that getting back to this, or writing, or helping someone on my team, or helping a friend, doing something proactive, constructive, it always helps to restore a sense of that. Because creativity is agency. And I'm so grateful that I get to do that for a living, but also simply as a way of meditating. Anyways, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning for a little trip to the 11th. I hope you'll come along. Thanks for watching. And yeah, goodbye from Paris.